Good morning, everyone. Hope you all are very fine, and I am also very fine. Let us discuss about the new lesson, that is lesson number 4, algorithm and flowcharts. I think it is not very quite clear now. It's clear. Yes, lesson number 4, algorithm and flowcharts. Learning in this chapter, we have to learn algorithm, characteristics of an algorithm, then flowchart, features of a flowchart, advantages of flowchart, disadvantages of a flowchart. Before starting this chapter, I will tell you that what is algorithm and flowchart. Algorithm. Simply, if I say the rules, the regulations, what we are doing in our daily life, that is known as algorithms. Like, as you all are a student, you all are these days what nothing you are doing, but when you were coming to the school, for that what you all were doing, simply in the morning when you woke up, then after that all the steps started. When you woke up, after that you just gone for the washroom, then after that you are clearing your mouth, then after that you are taking bath, after that taking clothes, shoes, means everything whatever you are doing, steps as you are doing every day. So this is the thing. In the book also, students, can you think of a day in your life that goes without problem solving? The answer to this question is no. Every day you perform various activities such as buying stationery, packing the school bag, polishing shoes, doing homework, etc. These all are your daily routines and you cannot skip a single one. If you skip, then you will going to be a sufferer in the next day. All these activities involves a series of steps in a sequential order to get the desired output. Now, let us write down the steps that you should follow to brush your teeth. What you are doing? First of all, taking brush from the shelf. Then, turn on tap of the wash button, basin. Rinse the brush and turn off the tap. Rinse means you are just cleaning the brush. Apply toothpaste on the brush, then starting brush your teeth, clean the brush and rinse your mouth. Take the tongue cleaner out, clean your tongue, rinse your mouth again. Finally, you get the desired result, that is shiny white teeth and clean mouth. You all are doing the same steps every day. If the school is there or not, there is no problem. But these steps or this activity you have to do every day for your clean teeth. So this is what it is, algorithm. Algorithm means you are following this rule every day. Now let us move ahead in this chapter. Similarly, you give instruction to a computer to perform a specific task. The set of these instructions written in a stepwise sequence is called program or computer programming. If a programmer forgets to place some instructions or writes the instruction in a wrong sequence or does not know how to perform the process manually, then a computer will produce the wrong result. In order to ensure that the program instructions are appropriate for the problem and are written in the correct sequence, the program must be planned logically before it is written, and this is known as algorithm. Whatever we are planning to make any program, that is known as algorithm, and it has been clear in this definition also. To solve any problem on a computer, we need to analyze and understand the nature of the problem. We plan the input and apply the required methods step by step to get the desired result. These steps procedure this step by step procedure to solve any logical and mathematical problem is called an algorithm. While writing an algorithm, the following rules should be followed. And what are these rules are? An algorithm must be written in English like language. Algorithm must be written in English like language because computer could understand only English and the languages what are installed in it. It should be written in a simple and precise manner so that everyone can understand it. Been made for the others, and if the others are not able to understand it, that means your working is not appropriate, as you are writing any answers in your examination. If the answer is not quite understandable to the teacher or the people who are checking it, it is not up to the mark, or you can say appropriate. So as I told you that if you want to make it clear to everyone, then it has to be simple and precise manner. An input is required to write an algorithm. Yes, each step should be written in a sequential manner. That means not a single step has to be skipped. If you skip any step and you write in the last, then the sense will not come. Ones can include variables and define mathematical expressions to calculate the result. Statements that are of similar type should be combined to avoid a lengthy code. Each instruction should be executed within a reasonable time frame. To ensure that an algorithm produces the expected output, it should be checked using sample values. Okay. Now there are some examples given in front of you all. The first example for packing your school bag. Step 1. Yes, open the bag. Without opening, you cannot check the bag. Then second, take your school diary. Yes, take out your school diary. You all are doing the same. When you are keeping your timetable, what you are doing? You are opening your school diary. See the timetable. Yes, go to your bookshelf. Then take out the books and notebooks. Keep them in the bag. Close the bag. Yes, this is the full algorithm to pack your school bag before coming to the school. And you all are to calculate the sum and average of three numbers. Yes, you just think it that you are doing a mathematical problem. If you have to add numbers, then in that case what you have to do? First of all, you should have three numbers. Yes, then first work is what? Input the first number A, input the second number B, and the third step, input the third number C. Now you are having three numbers. Then after that, in step 4, you have to add it. You have to add it. Find the sum of three numbers A plus B plus C. Then to find out the average, you just divide the total by 3 because there are three numbers, and then print the average. This is the steps to calculate the sum and average of three number. Then after that, one more example in front of you all. Algorithm to make a grilled sandwich. Those who are very good at I'm talking about cooking, they can understand it very easily. For making sandwich, you must have two slice of bread, because to make sandwich, one is required from upside and another one is required from bottom side. Now see, take two bread slices and chopped vegetables, spread butter on the bread slices, keep the chopped vegetables between the bread slices, then grease the toaster with oil, place the bread sandwich in the toaster, switch on the toaster and grill the sandwich. When the sandwich is ready, serve it hot. This is the algorithm. Means you cannot skip a single step. If you will skip, you will not get the desired result. Now, algorithm to compare two numbers and find the greater one. Whether A is greater than B, B is greater than A, or A equals to B. These three things you have to do. But before that, first of all, you should have to check that the numbers whatever you have entered is equal or not. Now in step 2, check whether A equals to B. If true, then go to step 3, else go to step 4. Now what is step 3? Print both numbers are equals and stop. Then after that, if it is not equal, then go to 4. Compare A and B. If A is greater than B, go to step 5, else go to step 6. In step 5, A is greater than B and B is greater. In step 6, B is greater. So this is the things, and this is the way you can check out the following things in algorithm. So for algorithm, you cannot skip a single step. Next, characteristics of an algorithm. Characteristics of an algorithm. A good algorithm should possess the following features. What are these features? Input. An algorithm accepts an input. Then, generality. An algorithm works on a set of inputs. Definiteness. Each instruction should be written in a simple and precise manner so that everyone can understand it. Uniqueness. Each step in an algorithm should be unique. On the previous step. Each step should depend on the previous step. Next, finiteness. It should involve the finite number of steps to reach a solution. And last one, that is after output, after the instruction are executed, the user must get the desired result. Yes, this has to be very clear. Suppose you want to make butter masala paneer butter masala, and you started making paneer butter masala, and after cooking you get the result only masala paneer. That means paneer masala. There is no butter in it. You skip butter portion. That means you have not added butter in that paneer. Then it will become only paneer masala. So keep in mind, whatever you have to make, whatever you have to design, you just clear it in your mind that you should follow these steps, otherwise you will not going to get the desired result. So for today's class, I finished what is algorithm, how to design algorithm, what are the examples of algorithm, what are the process to make an algorithm. So you have to study it very carefully. And one thing I want to tell you very clearly, please always keep yourself very safe from outside, because still the condition is not very good outside. And it is my humble request to you all to keep doing my exercise by which you can make yourself mentally and physically both strong. So till then, goodbye. In the next class, I'll teach you about flowchart.